it's Laurel with the Dabbling hook and clinking cranberry juice. How are you guys doing? It is, what is today? July 7th at 12:15. I just came back from a doctor's appointment and I figured I might as well use the rest of my lunch hour to do a quick recording. So just a few of the items I've made. I'm by the window, window's open, so you'll hear outside noises. What have I been making? I've been stress making a few things over the last, I think, week and a half, because adulting. Oh, my motto, adulting sucks. The roof got finished. I just gotta have them put the solar panels back on, so just in time because it's raining, which is why I have the hat on. It's a bad hair day. Not a bad hair day, it's an undone hair day, plus it's raining, so I got to wear my hat. I'm already feeling the heat even though it's not even on my skin, but I'm not gonna take it off. But this is my unforgettable slouchy, my pattern that sells the most on Etsy. For some reason at the beginning of the year it gets into their algorithm or something, and that's when I see sales from my pattern. I get maybe 1 or 2 for the rest of the year, but first quarter or so of the year, it tends to sell. I'm not mad at it, but anyway, I did this one when I first did the pattern. It's with front post, back post, but I did this one with I think either I'm not gonna take it off. I think it was a single crochet or half double crochet ribbed brim. So, and it's in cotton yarn, so it's appropriate for this weather and for the undone hair day. So all that to say, hi. If you're new here, I hope you subscribe, but if you don't, I hope you enjoy my makes. And for you OGs, like I said, cranberry juice cheers, because it is after 12. Ow. Aging aches. And because I had a doctor's appointment, I didn't eat, so I'm starving, and before I do that, I figured I would just, like I said, use up my time. So what have I made? I tried to write as I go so I'll remember. This is little axolotl patterns. I like axolotls, but I kind of fall in like with making them for a while, and I saw this on somebody's video. I don't know who. Sometimes I just put videos on and kind of listen. Once in a while look up while I'm working or doing other things, and I forget who it was that I saw it on, but it's an Instagram pattern by Zoe's Hobby, Zoe's.hobby. Zoe is in Z, Z-O-E-S. On IG, it's a mini axolotl, axolotl, and I made a bunch of them. So it's great for, I wouldn't call it exactly scraps, but small amounts of yarn. So all right, I've got the lighting. Oh, there you go, that's better. So this is in Bernat blanket in what is it called? Lotus is the pink color, and then the bright pink is a Dollar Tree in, what is that colorway? I forget what it's called, but it's a nice bright pink, hot pink color. So there's that. It is a no-sew, obviously. Got the tag on it already. Yeah, you just pick up and do the frills. I don't know what it's called, but it's all just one quick no-sew. So I did this one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on, 3, 6. I did 8 of them. So that was the pink and pink. Then I did this. This is the moss colorway from Bernat blanket, the old version, the very sturdy version, with some again Dollar Tree. Is it Dollar Tree? No, it's with some what is that? Oh, I think it's either Bernat blanket or it might be basic chenille for the frills in a light yellow color. So it's, come on, focus, tone on tone. You gonna focus? What are you focusing on? Doesn't want to cooperate. Maybe it's the lighting, but anyway, you see better that way. Tone on tone. Moss and yellow. And then I did a, this is not yellow, but this is a basic chenille. It's like an egg yolky color. Come on, you can focus. There you go. With some stash goals with an off-white cream color. So they look very mean muggy. And then this is, I forget what the color, it's a bright pink color. I used one of my coupons at Michael's to buy it because it's a colorway I hadn't seen in blanket yarn there before. Don't ask me what it's called. If I find it by the time I edit, I'll put it on the screen, but it's just a nice bright pink with light pink for the frills. I did another basic chenille egg yolky color. I think it might be called Sunshine, I don't remember. But this time it's with the yellow. So I have it with the stash goals, off-white and then yellow. They look very similar, but not the same. And then I did the same blossom pink. Is it blossom or lotus? Might be lotus, I don't remember. With light pink. So I have it with the Dollar Tree bright pink. And then I did the moss again, but with some red. And then there's one with the yellow, so just for some contrast. So yeah, 2, 4, 6, oh 7, I thought it was 8. Oh, I did do 8. I lied. I did a red with some variegated gray cream color. So yeah, these I started doing the smiley, and then I moved to doing the straight. So I might like, I don't know which one I like better. But anyway, 8 of them. The next thing I did was, I said that all my elephants, all but one, sold in my 2 Springcraft fairs. Did I do 2? 3 Springcraft fairs. So basically I need to add, and here I go, seeing all the stuffing showing again. So I went on YouTube. There's a pattern by, is it Crochet with Kyra? That I really like. That was one of the ones that sold really fast. And I'm gonna make that again. It's the one I had used, I think the stash goals, that was really, really nice, a light sky blue color. And it got a lot of attention and it sold real fast, but I needed to make more. I'm going to make that one over again, but this elephant is, it's an elephant in a onesie by Pinky Promise Crochet on YouTube. I followed the tutorial, and I did kind of messed up the onesie because it's done bottom up, which is fine. It's when you got to the hood that I don't think the directions were as clear, at least not to me. Could be user error, but I totally messed up because she did decreases, and you know, with each pass she picked up a stitch on the body, and I think I read that or understood that wrong. So he's got a bit of a puff, because when she was done she only had 8 stitches left and I had a whole lot more. So I did my own decreases and I gave him a little saggy bum in the back. So but it's removable. Yeah, I don't think the hood part of the pattern is as clear as it could be. Again, could be user error, but there it is. I used what did I use? I used Parfait Chunky. I love the colors of Parfait Chunky. I love doubling it up in the squishy, velvety smoothness of it, but the shedding, still with the shedding. So the whole thing comes off, but I just took off the hood part to show it. This makes it easy. You know, you crochet it flat and then you have to sew it on. All the parts are sewn on, I believe. Did she? I cannot remember if she sewed on the arms or if I did that. Or she crocheted them in as she went. I don't remember. But the head has to be sewn to the body, and then the trunk has to be sewn on, the ears has to be sewn on. So yeah, I can't remember if the arms were crocheted or not. I want to say they were, or if they weren't, I crocheted them in, but definitely the whole headpiece has to be done. I did add some small bit of eye shaping to it. That wasn't part of the pattern, but again, the whole thing is removable. But like I said, the hood, I don't know if I'll try again. Maybe the second time around it'll be different. And then I did have to go back and add a bit of another row to the front because it was really far back for me. So could have been because of my misunderstanding of following along. Usually I don't have that much trouble following along with a tutorial, but I definitely, the decreasing part of the, oh, you can see it shaking, of the hood was interesting. So maybe I might give it another try. Or I might just make it and just, actually, I might just make one and just make a dress for her. Make it a girl one. Or a more, I was gonna say feminine girl. I'll just do one with a dress, so whoever wants it, gender aside. So yeah. There's that elephant. I need to make at least 2 more elephants to have in inventory. And by the same person, Pinky Promise Crochet, she did a tutorial on a ballerina mouse, very reminiscent of, is it Oak and Marlow? Her, I think it's Oak and Marlow, her Fable line. I'll be back. Okay, the only people who call my home phone number are spam, telemarketer, scam, all that type of stuff. So anyway, you didn't need to know that. But her tutorial, very reminiscent of the ballerina mouse, which I do have that pattern. I just wanted to see if hers was very different. Not a whole lot different in it. She sewed on the arms, I crocheted them in. Again, I doubled up the Parfait Chunky. I love, yeah, I said Parfait Chunky, but this is both. This is like a light blue and I forget what this dark blue is called. The onesie I did not double, but all the rest of it is doubled. So this one as well. So it's nice and sturdy. She did not do any face shaping on hers, and I used the face shaping from the Fable one to do that. Yeah. And her hair tie is just a string that she did and tied it on. So yeah, all in all, not bad. I would go up another row with the color next time. I don't like it that low, but I think, I forget what color this one is. Harvest, I think, not acorn, harvest. And then I use some plum as the offset color for that. So there is hers. The Oak and Marlow one, I think she does just, she wraps it around once. Here she did it twice. I mean, no biggie, you can wrap it however you want. But yeah, not bad. I want to make another one with a darker body color, but not bad. I may try the Oak and Marlow pattern again and see how different it is, but again, very, very reminiscent of the Oak and Marlow one. So, and because it's doubled, it's nice and big doll size, so I like that. I do love doubling the Parfait Chunky, but when I use it, I have to vacuum at least like 2 or 3 times by the time I'm done with the project. So that was Pinky Promise Crochet here on YouTube. The other thing that I did just last night was a cat. I have my own formula for what I use for loaf cats because nothing ever lines up for me, so I did it where it works for me. But I figured this popped up, I'll just do it. And this is by Easy Peasy Crochet by Myra. And it just looked really long, so I decided to give it a try. This is some stash goals. Last time I said I thought this was, I didn't think it was stash goals, but it is stash goals. It's just a really thick one. It's still squeaky, dry, but not as bad as that black horrible one. And it's thicker than the others. But yeah, I thought it was baby bear, but it's definitely not baby bear. So there's that. She did the tail. How did she do the tail? She did it separate and sewed it on. I just did it in the round as I was going. And her ears are surfaced on, which is the way I kind of like to do mine as well. And she did, as a tip, she says she kind of stuffs partway and puts the eye in, and I'm guessing it's to make sure it's in the right place. I did that, and mine always comes out crooked. And part of that is because of the spiral nature of... I really dislike this camera shutting off on me. I don't know why. It's fully charged battery. It should let you record as long as the battery is active. Anyway, yeah, mine never comes out straight. Even though I, you know, placed it, I put it with the stuffing so you get a better idea of what the face looks like. I put it in, and, you know, by the time I snap it in and I'm done, it's still a little off. And you'll see that with the next one I did as well. But, yeah, if you want a little longer, I mean, you can always cut off a row or exclude a row to make it shorter. I think if I were to do it again, I would do that for the back. Yeah. So, did she do it from the back? No, she did it from all the way, did the legs, and then went back in and did the tail and the ears. So, I like the shape of these ears too. But yeah, so that's that. Stash goals. It definitely has a bit of distress. It's much blown out. It's a little better, but it's still blown out. But yeah, see how crooked it looks like this? Yeah, I can never seem to get the eye straight. So that is by Easy Peasy Crochet by Myra. And then this one I did, this is Fame Art by Poonam. I think she was the second or third person I did a loaf cat by, and this was before the Andy Carraway one took off. It was her, and then there was another person on YouTube like years ago who did a loaf cat before that. So this one, Fame Art by Poonam, she has multiple loaf cat videos, especially the ones with the face color changing up the middle, which I tend not to do so much, but mostly because I'm just lazy. But I did this one, and I will, where she starts the ears and I may change that because it kind of is done near where you meet each round, so you get that little jog, and I don't like that, so I may change the placement. But either way, can you see that it's not too bad. When I sit it down on the table, it looks a little off because this side is a little, this is where the rows meet, so it's a little tighter. So it's a little like that when you sit it down on the table. And this tutorial was for just one color. I just did that because this is some of the stash goals and I wanted it to have, because it's brown. This is the Amazon brown yarn. It's basically blanket yarn repackaged. And this is not as old and tough as this moss one, which is really thick and sturdy. Kind of in between the new and the old formula, I find, this Amazon yarn. So yeah, so that is her cat. I would change the ears to be more, I think I prefer that ear to this. Yeah, and hers, she did do the tubular tail, but too much work for me. I want to be done, so I crochet the tail in as I go. Oh yeah. Okay, just a few more. I need to time myself to make sure, nope, I got time. Make sure my lunch is over. Right. I had made demogorgons, and I think I made 3, and they all sold through the craft fairs, the spring craft fairs, so I decided to make a few more. But I had mentioned that the ones that I had made, the first ones I had made were from a free tutorial from Amigurumi Today, and then The next one that I made was from, no, the first one I made was from the free tutorial. And then the next two that I made were from this pattern by Just a Mom Crocheting. And I had made, ooh, I still have a string that I need to cut off when I did the white things. I guess the teeth, whatever they are. But this is the itty bitty one. It's a 3-in-1 pattern. So this is the itty bitty, and this is the one I had made before. So I like the way she does this part versus the one in the free tutorial from Amigurumi today, where you do this cut off. You know, you have to reattach the yarn for each. With this one, it just goes in around, which I like. So itty bitty. So I made another itty bitty one because somebody had asked. I'll have to cut that off. Somebody had asked if I had any other color in them. Was it any other color or any other shape or sizes in them? So again, there's this. I'm going to make this and the others in a lighter body color as well. So is that itty bitty bubbles for the legs, arms you have to crochet in, etc. And then the biggest one in the 3-for-1 pack, and I can see all the little stuffing fluffs showing now as usual. Anyway, I'll get to that later. This is the mini baby, where you have to make, do you have to sew them all? You have to sew the legs on, but the arms are crocheted in. So you make these ahead of time, crochet the arms in, and at the end you sew the legs. And the face is pretty much done the same in all of them, just different sizes. So yeah, I kind of like that one. It does look like a baby sitting there, you know, with his arms out to you. So there's that. This is the mini baby size. So, and obviously in the pattern they use small yarn, I think. So this is a nice, good size. I like this one. And then she has, the third one is more of a mod of this one. So you do the same head on this one, but the body is basically snuggler, unstuffed. So I find that I'm finding that the snugglers don't sell as well for me, at least not around here. I know other people have great success with them, but the snugglers don't seem to go. I think people are just perplexed by it, that it's flat, and very few people get it, but most people don't seem to. But I think I think I can easily turn this into a solid one, a stuffy, because the body is made in half double crochet, so I can adjust with single crochets and do that instead. So yeah, that is the snuggler. I forget what it's called. The dummy snug or something like that. So 1, 2, 3, all in one pattern. So can't beat it. Just a Mom Crocheting. I really think I like this one. I don't know, the shape of this I like. So that is why, I gotta remember to cut that off. Not that is why, that is what I've been doing. Stress crocheting the last week and a half, because life. Okay, on that note, I have about 10 more minutes before I have to get back to work. Lunch is over, and I'm picking at fluff. I will see you guys in the next clip, in the next video. By the time you see this, hopefully I would have posted my next video, because I've been trying to post on Sundays if I recorded something, and our internet went out Sunday early afternoon, and they kept saying it'll be back, you know, within 2 hours, and then it was within 24 hours, and we went a full 24 plus hours without. So it went out early Sunday afternoon, and it didn't come back on till after 10 last night, Monday. So yeah, really shows you how dependent you are on having online access, not just for work, because I'm at home, and I had to tether to my phone to get some work done, but just in general, just navigating things. To not have internet, it's or maybe it's not, it's just, we're just really reliant on it all. Yeah. And I was gonna say, this is why I've love that I've gotten back into audiobooks and reading, but I am an ebook person, so I have to make sure I have at least some downloaded to my phone so I can read in the event that that happens. Right, I'm blabbing, prattling. On that note, I will see you guys